You bite down on the leather strap, teeth grinding against old, cracked hide. The taste of sweat and fear fills your mouth. You know screaming now would only waste strength. Every instinct in your body screams at you to run, but your arms and legs refuse to obey. The restraints answer for you, tight and absolute. The buckle snaps shut with a sharp metallic click. Leather cinches your wrists and ankles tighter than before. There will be no escape. Beneath you lies a wooden slab, pretending to be a table. It is darkened by stains that no scrubbing ever removed. Yesterday's work still seeps from the grain. You are not a warrior entering battle. You are the battlefield itself. Every inch of you is about to be claimed. The surgeon looms above you, blocking the light. He does not wash his hands. He never does. His frock coat is stiff and crusted, heavy with old fluids. Blood, pus, and history cling to it like a second skin. They come from dozens of patients before you. He wears them proudly. To him, filth is experience made visible. His hand slips into a velvet pocket with practiced ease. When it emerges, a knife glints softly in the candlelight. He steps closer until there is no space left between you. The blade is not delicate, it is practical, a butcher's answer to human flesh. The knife begins its work without hesitation. Skin parts, muscle yields, fascia gives way. The body opens like wet parchment. There is no mercy in the movement, no pause for pity. Only the cold certainty of steel doing what it was made to do. Pain ceases to be a feeling, it becomes everything. A universe with no edge and no sky. Your mouth opens in a scream you cannot stop, but the sound dissolves into something else entirely. Applause rises from above you. Students lean forward, eager, entertained. This is education to them. The room is not a hospital. It is a theater. Lights, audience, performer. And you are the show. The first cut ends at last. The surgeon straightens, almost bored. Then he reaches for something more decisive. The bone saw emerges, heavy and honest. This is not medicine anymore. This is violence with a timetable. The metal is pitted and red with rust. Old bone dust clings between the teeth. It has not been cleaned. Why would it be? Germs are a story not yet believed. Filth is simply part of the craft. The saw bites into your femur. Resistance lasts only a moment. The tool wins quickly. The vibration travels through your entire skeleton. Sound becomes pain. Pain becomes structure. You feel it everywhere at once. Somewhere inside you, you realize the fight has turned hopeless. Strength drains faster than fear. Adrenaline floods your veins in a final attempt to save you, but there is nowhere left to run. Time stretches thin and strange. Dust floats slowly in the air. You notice details that should not matter. Light slips through a filthy window. Then everything blurs. The world fades as shock pulls you under. This is no longer surgery. It is slaughter dressed in language. The surgeon works faster now, hands blurring. Speed is the only kindness he believes in. Your leg is tossed aside like refuse. It lands in sawdust, meant to soak up the mess. The crowd erupts in approval. They clap. Some smile. Needle and silk return you to shape. Each stitch pulls flesh together without care. He wets the thread with his saliva to guide it through the needle. No one questions this. Somehow, you endure. The knife is done with you. For now, you live. Night settles over the ward, heavy and suffocating. With the darkness comes a threat no blade can cut. This is where the real danger begins. You wake suddenly, confused, surrounded by bodies on every side. Too many men packed into too little space. There is nowhere to turn, nowhere to escape. The beds are so close they almost touch. The air hangs still, thick and exhausted. Every breath you take feels borrowed from someone else. The stench of rot, sweat, and old bandages presses into your lungs. It clings to everything, impossible to ignore. Something has entered the room. You cannot see it, cannot feel it yet, but it is already inside you, working quietly. It is too small for the eye, but not for the body. It multiplies without rest or mercy. You are not alone anymore. You are surrounded. This is no longer a battle you can win. No strength or courage matters here. It is a sentence already being carried out. Your wound begins to throb, hot and angry. The flesh tightens and burns. It is not healing. It is cooking from the inside. Fever grips you without warning. Your thoughts blur. Your body shakes. You know the numbers. You may not see tomorrow. Heat spreads through your veins like fire. Your lips crack as you whisper for water. Even speaking feels like effort. A nurse finally arrives, holding a dented metal cup. It has passed through countless dying hands before yours. No one bothers to clean it. You hesitate for only a moment. Thirst wins the argument quickly. You drink anyway. Morning light creeps into the ward. Footsteps announce the doctor's arrival. Help, at last. Or so it seems. He steps inside without pause, straight from the morgue. Dark stains still mark his sleeves. Death follows him openly. He does not wash his hands. Instead, he presses his fingers directly into your wound. You cry out as pain explodes. Yellow fluid seeps from the flesh. The doctor smiles with satisfaction. He calls it laudable pus. To him, this is progress, a sign that nature is doing its work. You understand, it is the beginning of the end. You are a single body under siege. Billions of invaders tear through you unchecked. They never rest, never slow. Your strength finally breaks. Thoughts fracture and twist. Delirium presses in from all sides. The shadows begin to move. They twist into shapes, into enemies. You cannot tell if they are real anymore. If anyone remembers you, it will be briefly. Reduced to a phrase in a book, hospital gangrene. Your body rots while you are still alive. Breath continues, but hope does not. Like an animal trapped and forgotten. The man in the next bed stops moving. His hand slips limply to the floor. No one notices at first. Color drains from his face. Blue and gray replace life. Sepsis finishes its work quickly. Death lingers close, unseen but present. It does not rush. It has all the time it needs. Even now you fight. Each breath is dragged painfully into your lungs. Every inhale feels like a victory stolen. Fluid fills your chest. Air becomes impossible to find. You drown, even as you lie still on dry land. The pain suddenly loosens its grip. What was endless agony pulls away without warning. The silence feels unnatural, almost frightening in its calm. You breathe shallowly, barely drawing air in. Your body feels heavy, saturated with poison and exhaustion. Each breath is thin and uncertain. Your eyes fix on the ceiling above you. Paint flakes peel and hang loose, like dead skin clinging to bone. You cannot look away. Outside the window, smoke darkens the sky. Factories breathe without pause. Industry inhales deeper than you ever will again. The infection reaches your heart at last. Its rhythm stumbles, confused and weak. The machine inside you begins to fail. Cold creeps into your fingers and toes. Sensation drains away piece by piece. Darkness follows close behind. The room begins to spin slowly. Sounds stretch, fade, and lose their meaning. The world slips out of focus. A gas lamp flickers on the wall. Its flame struggles, shrinking and swelling. It looks tired, just like you. London, 1840. A city drowned in smoke and soot. Progress breathes deep, while people disappear quietly. Pain finally leaves you completely. Nothing presses, nothing burns anymore. Your duty as a specimen is complete. Your heart beats once more. Then it stops. There is no drama, no resistance, just stillness. Silence fills the room. The surgeon wipes his blade casually on his coat. The stain blends in with the others. Without looking back, he calls for the next patient. His voice is calm, practiced, efficient. Your body is lifted and carried away. It is handled without care or ceremony. To them, it is merchandise. Resurrectionists take possession of you. Profit decides your next destination. Even death does not grant rest. There is no funeral, no mourning, only coins changing hands in quiet corners. Your life is reduced to value. You are placed on another table. This one is colder, cleaner, more deliberate. Now you are meant to be opened again. Your body becomes a lesson. Fingers point, voices explain, notes are taken. You are useful once more. Your killer never doubts himself. He blames bad air, bad luck, bad timing. He learns nothing. The system continues forward without pause. It consumes, it forgets, it feeds itself, and it is satisfied. What remains of you are records and numbers. Ink on yellowed paper replaces a life once lived. Names fade, statistics remain. Hospitals were deadlier than battlefields. A soldier had better odds facing cannon fire than lying on a ward bed. Healing was often more lethal than war. Semmelweis begged them to wash their hands. He showed them the numbers, the patterns, the proof. He was ignored and mocked. They punished him for it, laughed at his warnings, locked him away. Truth was more dangerous than disease. Rust ruled the tools. Water was avoided. Metal decayed, and blades grew dull with age. Infection thrived where cleanliness was feared. Bread and beer sustained the sick. Thin meals meant to comfort, not to heal. Survival depended more on luck than care. Pain was considered virtuous. To endure suffering was seen as strength. Relief was weakness, and mercy was suspect. Speed replaced mercy. The faster the cut, the better the surgeon was praised. Seconds mattered more than lives. Accidents were accepted losses. Fingers, limbs, assistants, mistakes were inevitable. Progress demanded casualties. Sterile rooms came later. Clean hands, clean tools, clean air arrived only after countless deaths. Too late for you. They were built on bones like yours. Every clean floor rests on unseen graves. Every advance is paid in bodies. Choose your mask. Protection, plague, or profession. It defines your fate. Choose your labor. What you do will decide how you are broken. Choose your war. Disease, industry, or violence. Each takes its share. The bell rings. If you want to hear the next story, answer it.